A small change in a starting condition can lead to incredibly different circumstances. This is the basis of the butterfly effect, the strongest proof there is showing us that everything in the universe is connected, even something as insignificant as a subatomic particle. Understanding the butterfly effect can give us a new lens through which to view life, business, and love. Even stronger than that, it can be used to control reality. German philosopher Johann Gottlieb Fichte once said, "You could not remove a single grain of sand from its place without thereby changing something throughout all parts of the immeasurable whole." This explains how one change in something insignificant can lead to a chain reaction of significant changes in the long term. Thanks to his wisdom, he became a founding figure of the philosophical movement known as German idealism. So, how can we harness the power of the butterfly effect to create the life of our dreams? How can we learn to control something as unpredictable as the reactions to our actions? It's entirely possible, but before we get there, we need to learn more about how the butterfly effect and its underlying principles work. Everything affects everything. To understand the power of the butterfly effect is to recognize the interconnectedness of all things, to perceive the subtle threads that bind us to the universe itself. It is to grasp the profound truth that every thought, every word, and every deed carries within it the potential to influence the course of existence. It can be a little challenging to grasp, and even more so when you imagine that it is not only your actions that cause reactions in the observable universe, but the actions of everyone, everything, everywhere, at the same time. Just as the gentle flutter of a butterfly's wings can stir the air, setting in motion a cascade of events across great distances, so too can the smallest actions of our lives resonate throughout the cosmos, shaping the very reality we inhabit. When we accept that everything has, is, and will be connected, we recognize the responsibility we have as co-creators of our reality. Before we delve into the mesmerizing secrets of the universe, our mindset must first be prepared to grasp the immensity of its effect in reality. That's why the smartest scholars of the butterfly effect proposed chaos theory as its underlying theory. What is chaos really about? The chaos theory. Turns out that chaos is everywhere, which means that everything is in a constant state of disorder. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche delved into the concept of chaos and order in his works, contemplating the tension between these opposing forces in the human psyche. He famously proclaimed that one must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star, suggesting that chaos is not something to be feared, but embraced as a necessary precursor to creativity and growth. Nietzsche's insights remind us that chaos is not inherently negative, rather, it is a natural part of the creative process. Just as the chaos of a storm gives rise to new life in nature, so too can the chaos of our own experiences give birth to new opportunities and possibilities. Turning our attention to Eastern beliefs, we find the concept of yin and yang, which symbolizes the interplay of opposites in the universe. Yin represents the feminine, passive, and receptive aspects of existence, while yang represents the masculine, active, and assertive aspects. Together, yin and yang form a dynamic balance that underlies all of creation, reminding us that chaos and order are two sides of the same coin. Just as in traditional chaos theory, where small changes in initial conditions can lead to vastly different outcomes, in the spiritual realm, even the smallest shifts in energy or intention can have far-reaching effects on the world around us. Just like how a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil can cause a tornado in Texas, so can the thoughts we send out into the universe affect it in more ways than one. One of the most beautiful takeaways from chaos theory posits that it's thanks to the butterfly effect that we're where we are today. Indeed, we are the culmination of every experience that we have had before this moment in time. Each moment, each encounter, each triumph, and each challenge has shaped us into the beings we are today. We carry within us the echoes of our past lives, the lessons learned, the wisdom gained, and the scars healed. Just as a river is shaped by the currents it encounters and the obstacles it overcomes, so too are we shaped by the experiences that flow through our lives. Every joy brings us closer to our true essence. Every sorrow deepens our understanding of empathy and compassion, and every setback teaches us resilience and strength. But it is not only our individual experiences that shape us. It is also the collective experiences of humanity, the shared trials and tribulations, the triumphs and tragedies that have shaped the course of history. We are the heirs of ancient wisdom passed down through generations, the guardians of the stories of our ancestors and the stewards of the legacy they have left behind. Chaos theory studies the nature of causality, the idea that for every action there is a reaction. Within this eternal dance lies the key to unlocking the mysteries of manifestation. So before we harness the power of the butterfly effect for our benefits, we must first come to understand the nature of causality itself. The nature of causality. It's like this: everything we do has consequences, big or small. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. You make a splash and it ripples out. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus once said about how everything's always changing and you can't step in the same river twice. Indeed, from the way we talk to people to the choices we make, sets off a chain reaction. When you talk to someone else, this generates a reaction in their mind, inducing thoughts. Based on their interpretation of what you told them, they'll process these thoughts to undertake actions. These actions will probably affect other people in their social constellation, whether directly or indirectly, and these other people will start the cycle all over again. Thoughts, interpretations, actions and reactions. It's like a domino effect. Knock over one domino and it starts a whole chain of falling dominoes. Now here comes the part most people lose their minds trying to grasp. This has been happening since the beginning of creation and will keep doing so forever. Everything is interconnected because everything came to be from the same action. Planets, stars, constellations and galaxies are all a reaction to the events set in motion by the creation of the universe. And yes, that includes our lives and existence in this plane. So, if everything can be traced back to the creation of the universe, it means the butterfly effect is one of the core phenomena that keeps our reality in order. The secret to using this for your benefit lies in being mindful of your actions and how they affect others. We gradually start from a small scale to a larger one. Let's learn now secret mindfulness strategies that will teach us how to control reality. Be mindful of your actions. Every little thing we do matters, but to a higher degree than we might think. The creation of this video led to you obtaining this information, which might trigger a reaction in you that will affect your environment or related people. If this video had never been created, it would have never caused a reaction in you. But while this is easy to process in a calm environment without any stressors, the current lifestyles imposed on us by civilization rarely allow us time to sit down and reflect on them. The hustle and bustle of our hectic lives, plus the focus on consumerism, hardly gives us the space to analyze how our actions affect others. We're hyper-fixated on futures that we endlessly chase, looking to fill voids within us, and haunted by overthinking our past actions, clouding the reality of the present in front of us. Focusing too much on the past or the future can detract from our ability to be fully present and mindful in the current moment. We replay past events in our minds, wishing we had done things differently or longing for the way things used to be. Similarly, when we worry about the future, we become preoccupied with uncertainty, fear, or anticipation. We imagine all the things that could go wrong or fret about what lies ahead, causing unnecessary stress and anxiety. By focusing too much on the past or the future, we miss out on the opportunity to appreciate the delicate dance of the butterfly in our universe. Being mindful of our actions involves making a compromise with ourselves to understand that both the past and the future are beyond our control. We cannot change what has already happened, and we cannot predict or dictate what will happen in the future. By fixating on things we cannot change or control, We waste valuable mental and emotional energy that could be better spent focusing on the things we can control, the choices we make, and the actions we take in the present moment. It might seem paradoxical, but the truth is that we can only control our present reality with the butterfly effect. We cannot use its incredible power to change time. So, begin with small, mindful actions that make you feel more present during the day. You can do this when commuting at work, during downtime, or simply when you get home and have some space to do it. Take moments throughout your day to pause and reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before responding to a situation or setting aside time for introspection each day. Mindfulness also helps us gain clarity of intention, the foundation of the butterfly effect. When we're mindful, we're better able to discern what truly matters to us and what we want to manifest in our lives. This clarity allows us to set intentions that are aligned with our deepest desires and values, empowering us to channel our energy and focus toward creating positive change in the world. Developing this clarity of intention is the next step towards mastering the butterfly effect. Because such a powerful phenomenon can be easily used in the wrong way, we need to be clear about what we want to achieve with our actions before we take them. The wisdom of ancient philosophers, who were very much aware of the power of the butterfly effect, provides some insight into the concept of benevolent clarity of intention. The butterfly effect and benevolence. Confucius, who lived in ancient China around 500 BC, emphasized the importance of moral integrity, harmony, and social responsibility. His teachings centered around the idea of Ren, or benevolence, which he believed was essential for creating a harmonious society. In Confucian philosophy, the concept of the butterfly effect resonates deeply. Even the smallest actions, when performed with sincerity and righteousness, could have far-reaching consequences. He likened this to the ripple effect of a stone thrown into a pond, where the smallest pebble can create waves that spread across the entire surface. Similarly, in Eastern beliefs such as Buddhism and Taoism, there is a recognition of the interconnectedness of all things. The concept of karma, for example, teaches that our actions, both good and bad, have consequences that reverberate throughout our lives and beyond. This is interesting because the butterfly effect in Buddhism doesn't stay just in the physical plane, but even extends towards other spiritual planes. Thus, it's even more important to be mindful of what we do, lest we harm others due to lacking clarity of intention. But the butterfly effect has one counterpart, an outlier, that can influence its outcome and thus our lives. It's this random occurrence that can make or break a sequence of actions and reactions. Can you imagine what it is? We're talking about the black swans of the butterfly effect. Black swans are events that stand out from the norm, appearing unexpectedly but causing significant changes in our world. Like the flutter of a butterfly's wings, these events can set off a chain reaction of consequences, shaping the course of history in unforeseen ways. The key understanding of black swans, similar to the butterfly effect, is that they are impossible to predict. Despite their profound impact, these events often catch us by surprise, defying our expectations and challenging our understanding of the world. In a world filled with uncertainty, the presence of black swans reminds us of the limitations of our knowledge and the unpredictable nature of reality. Just as we cannot control the flutter of a butterfly's wings, we cannot control the occurrence of black swan events. They remind us of the fragility of our assumptions and the need to remain open to the unexpected. Yet, while black swans may seem random and chaotic, they are not without meaning. Just as the flutter of a butterfly's wings can set off a hurricane halfway around the world, black swan events can catalyze profound shifts in consciousness and create opportunities for growth and transformation. Understanding the relationship between the butterfly effect and black swans offers a deeper insight into the nature of reality. It invites us to embrace the uncertainty of life, surrender to the flow of events, and trust in the wisdom of the universe. Letting go of expectations. These two phenomena are the universe's friendly reminders that we should let go of expectations, and only then we'll be able to influence our outcomes. When we cling tightly to expectations, we attempt to control the course of events, believing that things should unfold according to our desires. However, this rigid mindset blinds us to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond our limited perspective. In African traditions, some countless stories and parables speak to the power of chaos and its role in shaping our destinies. One such parable tells of a young warrior who sets out on a journey to find his true purpose in life. Along the way, he encounters numerous challenges and obstacles, each one testing his courage and resolve. But through perseverance and determination, he ultimately discovers that it is only by embracing the chaos of life that he can find true fulfillment and meaning. Similarly, letting go of expectations involves releasing our attachment to specific outcomes and allowing life to unfold naturally. It's time to trust that whatever unfolds is for our highest good, even if it may not align with our preconceived notions of how things should be, even if it doesn't seem to provide any purpose in the present. As the butterfly effect rules causality, we can be certain that eventually everything will fall into place. It is only then that we're able to start learning how to control reality, when we control our thoughts. But before we learn of another strategy to improve ourselves tenfold, we should learn to be more observant and aware of all the intricacies of the dance of chaos. That's because the butterfly effect doesn't exclusively take place with physical actions, but even with thoughts in our mind. Being observant and aware, every thought we entertain, every word we speak, and every action we take sends ripples of influence cascading throughout the universe. By cultivating clarity of purpose and unwavering conviction in our desires, we can imbue these ripples with the power to shape reality according to our will. But it's harder to become aware of these effects when the mundane world is always distracting us. Does your phone distract you with a ting every 2 minutes? That's because we allow it to distract us, to seize control of our eyeballs. The best practice is to get rid of all the unwanted voice notifications from your app settings. In this context, the thoughts of Henry David Thoreau, a 19th century American philosopher and essayist, resonate profoundly. Thoreau advocated for a life of simplicity and mindfulness, famously retreating to Walden Pond to live a life stripped of superfluous distractions. He believed that by minimizing the chaos of modern existence, one could cultivate a deeper connection to one's own thoughts and actions. Thoreau wrote, "Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify." He argued that the clutter and incessant busyness of everyday life not only distract us, but also diminish our ability to influence the world through thoughtful and deliberate action. By reducing life's complexities, Thoreau posited that we enhance our ability to focus and thereby more effectively channel our energies into creating meaningful change. 10 minutes is all it takes. 10 minutes of the butterfly effect is all it takes to change your life. Let us elaborate on this with the story of Alex, a young man who had a passion for reading but rarely had time to do so during the day. He resolved to dedicate just 10 minutes each day to immersing himself in the pages of a book, believing that even this small commitment could spark a ripple of positive change. At first, he noticed subtle shifts within himself, a renewed sense of curiosity, a deepening of empathy, and an expansion of his imagination. But soon, the effects of his daily reading habit began to spill over into the lives of those around him. As he shared what he learned from these books with the people around him, friends and family members took notice of Alex's newfound enthusiasm and expressed interest in joining him. His local social constellation became more vibrant and intellectually engaged, with people of all ages discovering the joy and value of reading. The seeds of curiosity and empathy planted by Alex's 10 minutes of daily reading began to blossom into a garden of knowledge and understanding, just by reading 10 minutes every day. His dedication to follow this commitment sparked change in the lives around him. That is the beauty of the butterfly effect. If that was just the effect of 10 minutes every day, think of the possibilities if it had been 1 hour or 2 actions instead of just one. As we embark upon this journey of exploration and discovery, let us remember that we are not separate from the universe. We are integral parts of its vast and intricate tapestry. In the words of the ancient sage Lao Tzu, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So too must we learn to trust in the unfolding of divine timing, knowing that in each moment the seeds of our intentions are taking root, ready to blossom into reality in their own perfect time. But how do we begin to weave our intentions into the fabric of reality? By vividly imagining ourselves already living the reality we desire, we can create a powerful energetic blueprint that aligns us with our desired outcomes. Through visualization, we can tap into the creative power of the universe and begin to draw to us the people, resources, and circumstances that will help us manifest our dreams. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.